Good evening, everyone. Here in Norwich, we've got another shitty weather day, another shitty night as well. But of course, you didn't come here to find out about the weather or what time of day it is. No, I wanted to put my 2 cents in regards to what's happened with Jeremy Clarkson. He's actually one of my favourites, actually. God, who remembers the old days when he hosted the first series of Robot Wars? God, that was a fucking shit, wasn't it? Anyway, Jeremy Clarkson has come under fire for his Game of Thrones reference that he made about Meghan Markle and, what's his face, Prince Harry. Now, I don't normally go into show business. Maybe I should. I'd make a pair of stand-up comedians. Sorry. Anyway, Jeremy Clarkson has been seriously put under fire by the left-wing cancel culture Twitter mob and all the other wankers alongside them, including, what's his name? Was it Chris Packham? Who even claimed that Jeremy Clarkson should be put in prison for a hate crime against Meghan Markle. Now, I personally think this is just complete and utter tosh. Because last time I checked, there was supposed to be something called freedom of speech. Last time I checked, there was a case where the judge had actually ruled that man has a right to offend. But of course, the Twitter culture doesn't like that. The mainstream media doesn't like that, and anything that sells, You know what I mean? Anyway, the fact is, he mentioned that Meghan Markle should be paraded naked on the street and have excrement thrown at her. And people are condemning him for it because it's considered a hate crime. Now, last time I checked, as said, it wasn't against the law to say that kind of thing. But secondly, wasn't there a case where Nigel Farage had a milkshake thrown at him and Joe Brand decided to say, why bother with milkshake when you can use battery acid? That's right. She advocated for people to attack Nigel Farage in an acid attack with battery acid. And if anybody knows what battery acid does, they know even. God, my English is good today. Anyway, they will know how much battery acid fucking hurts. And battery acid could very easily sear the skin off and make you look like a real acid attack victim. Joe Brand wanted this to happen. All in the name of comedy. For me, there is a line in regards to comedy. And when you start breaking the law, i.e. inciting violence and inciting hatred, but primarily inciting violence, I personally think that's where the line is crossed. I don't see MPs being written to in regards to her behaviour. I don't see people who went to mainstream media and other companies to say, boycott this person, cancel this person, have them fired from their job, have them put in prison for hate crimes. So why are we now doing it to Jeremy Clarkson? Oh, that's right, because he's not left-wing. He's not one of the sheeple, is he? He's not one of those fucking retards in the left wing who believes everything the mainstream media tells them. He's not somebody who is afraid to say the truth. And that's probably one of the main reasons why I like him. Others might like him because of Top Gear. I haven't watched it myself, but it probably was a bloody good show back then. I've even seen a few odds and sods of it, not full episodes though. But that's not why you called. The point is, Meghan Markle has been extremely derogatory towards the royal family. And let me be clear, this is not about whether or not you like the royal family. However, I have to make this point clear. Why the fuck is she allowed to be derogatory to them, but Jeremy Clarkson is not allowed to be derogatory to Meghan Markle? Likewise, how is it Joe Brand is allowed to get away with basically inciting acid attacks on people, if we were to take this down the most serious form, considering Jeremy Clarkson has been told by Chris Packham, a total wank stain, that he should face prison time for hate crimes? So, does that mean if I hate Meghan Markle, I should face time in prison? If anybody hates Jimmy Carr, should they face time in prison? If anybody hates Nicola Sturgeon, or any other MP for that matter, well, to be fair, you'll have a hard bloody time trying to find someone who is liked. Anyway, would you see people imprisoned if they hated an MP like Nicola Sturgeon? No, you wouldn't. You know why? Because that would be fascism. True, unequivocal fascism, where you deny somebody the right to oppose political opposition or oppose a side of an argument. That is basically what's going on here. Jeremy Clarkson is being hounded by left-wing fascists, left-wing sheeple, who are all calling for him to be cancelled, jailed, and maybe there's some extremists out there who are even asking for him to be attacked. Anybody want to explain that to me? But it's okay for Joe Brand to do it. It's okay for Joe Brand to threaten acid attacks. It's okay for people when Tommy Robinson got hit with a milkshake. It's okay for him to be attacked like that. And as said, this is not about Tommy, this is about standards and hypocrisy. Because it seems like a lot of people are willing to get pissed off against anyone who isn't part of the mainstream narrative, who isn't part of the Marxist globalist agenda. But they're not willing to call out their own people. Pot calling the kettle black springs to mind. So, maybe this should be considered by you left-wing sheeple. Would you condemn Joe Brand for wanting people to be attacked with battery acid? Would you condemn people who have actively gone out of their way to get people fired from their jobs because of their political views? Would you condemn the people in the left wing, the Bianciala or Gala or whatever it's called? Can't even remember the name now. But there was a left-wing group who basically advertised child pedophilia. And let me be clear, any pedophilia is disgusting. But it was the left wing who were using children in sexually suggestive ways to advertise themselves. And it was only when they were called out did the media finally report on it. The left conveniently shut the fuck up, bluntly speaking, over all this. Would you condemn them? Like you're condemning Jeremy Clarkson? I bet you wouldn't. It's all an agenda. They're all, the mainstream media and the left-wing sheeple are calling upon people to attack Jeremy Clarkson, but they're not even willing to look at their own people. Kind of reminds me of a quote from one of the, I think it was Jigsaw 7 or 8. Yeah, I can't believe I'm bringing Saw into this. Anyway, there was a quote that was said by Jigsaw, as it were, or the person pretending to be him, which was, unless you turn that finger inward, more people, I can't remember the whole thing, but basically, instead of blaming other people or Jeremy Clarkson for his actions, I'd turn that finger inward and look at your own people. Because there are some far nastier people out there than Jeremy Clarkson. If you could even consider Jeremy Clarkson a nasty person. That's the thing. You all pile on him for saying that Meghan Markle should be pelted with excrement and paraded in the streets while people shout, shame, shame, shame. But when you're looking at people who are threatening actual violence, you turn a blind eye. So as said, turn that finger inward and look at yourselves before you go after Jeremy Clarkson. And no, I'm not defending Jeremy Clarkson because I am a big fan of him. I am defending Jeremy Clarkson because I am defending his right to free fucking speech. That's what it comes down to. And if you don't like it, you know where the bloody door is. And let it hit you on the way out. My name's Dabima, also known as Abathorex, and I am, as always, very, very bad news for our lamestream media, the sheeple in the left wing, and of course Chris Packham, who wants to see this guy jailed just for saying hurty words. Chris Packham, pack your fucking bags. Maybe you should be the one packing your prison bags. Dickhead. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And most importantly, fuck the government.